Waiting for the lights to go on, which they are now, and they will go out, and the race gets underway. Not a particularly good start though from Anthony Seddon. He's swallowed up by only 2 cars as it happens, because there's not that many cars of a similar power to try and get past him. But it's Highcock that's leading from George Healer, then it's Seddon, and then it's the other surviving 120 car of John Turner that's making his way through.
And also very slow away was Waring in the 116s, but Turner in that NASCAR-esque colour scheme 88 car, running 4th.
Yeah, Waring also made a poor start in the first race, didn't he? So
he did.
That's something for him to sort out. Not necessarily a problem for the rolling start in the trophy race tomorrow, though, as the cars turn their way through Graham Hill Bend for the first time. We'll pick up where Waring comes through. There's Ethan Hall, who is certainly towards the sharp end of the 116s at the moment, but it's Jack Godden leading, I can see, in the 116s at the moment, in the black car with the yellow and orange stripes down the side. Coming up towards the end of the first lap then, and it is Highcock that leads from Healer, Seddon and Turner. Then we've got the first of the 116s, which is Godden from Theo Millward, who's made his way up 3 places to 6th place overall, 2nd in the 116s. Then Dan Lavery is 7th, James Waring is 8th, so 4th within his class, having made that rather slow start. But he's already, I can see, starting to attack Dan Lavery for 3rd position. Lavery in that Union flag liveried car, which is now rather less pristine than it was, because he's got James Waring getting into the side of it, and through into 3rd place goes Waring with no quarter asked nor given, it would seem, and he's up to 3rd. Lavery down to 4th, and Ethan Hall in 5th within that class. Highcock it is, though, that continues to lead the race outright, though, in his 120. Just the 4 of them taking the start of this race. So we've lost David Williams from race 1, where he finished 3rd, so possibly problems for him with that car. 57.198, fastest lap of the race in the first flying lap for Anthony Seddon. He's in 3rd place at the moment, behind George Healer. There's a lot of camaraderie between Seddon and Healer after the first race. They had a very good fight for the victory. And you can see they've dropped John Turner now in the 4th of the 120s. Here's Healer with the white car, the all-white car with those day-glow yellow mirrors. Seddon number 5, the grey car with the orange trim just behind him. He's a long way clear of the rest. We'll pick up what's going on in the 116s again in a minute, no doubt. It's still Jack Godden leading, I think, as they come up to the line. It's actually a fairly healthy lead that Jack Godden has over Theo Millward for more than a second, and then Waring in 3rd. Yeah, 1.2 seconds between Godden and Millward, as it's nose to tail between Healer and Seddon, having another great fight, but they're letting Highcock escape a little bit here. He's 1.2 seconds ahead as well. Jack Godden has got a rather crumpled left-hand side of that car, but I think it might have been like that before today, as it happens. It's not completely straight, I don't think, or maybe it's just the graphics on that car that make it look that way. Possibly being charitable. But it's Godden, then Theo Millward, the company director from Shrewsbury. He's got behind him James Waring, who's already muscled his way past Dan Lavery to get up into 3rd place. Over the line they come again. Millward in 80, and Waring in 228. Up the inside goes Waring. He's alongside, and it looks like he's going to get through on the way up the hill. He's got momentum with him, and yet Waring goes to 2nd, so we cannot write him off having a 2nd win of the day here in that Matt Highcock racing prepared car. He's going to have 1.2 seconds to make up, though, on the leader, Jack Godden, which will be no easy ask. Godden, an accomplished driver in his own right.
Yeah, but he hung in there towards the end of the previous race, and he got quicker and quicker and quicker as the whole race went on. and just snatched it in those last few metres.
That's right. Peter Keane is a bit further back, 7th in class in this race, having been one of the protagonists in the earlier race for the 116s.
Yeah, you sense he's making a bit of ground towards 209, which is Abraham,
who's also a quick driver, 3rd in last year's 116 championship. Had just the 1 win last year, that was at Silverstone. Sorry, 2 wins last year at Silverstone. Correct myself. So we'll be looking forward to that venue. There is Keane. He is getting ahead of Abraham. He said he was making his way towards him, and he has done, and he's made his way past him now as well at Druids. So it's Keane now up into 6th position within the class, ahead of Will Abraham, who's down to 7th. Oh, and there's been someone off through the gravel. I think they've escaped, though. Can't see any car in there. A large cloud of dust rising over the circuit. Minutes remaining, so almost halfway through this race now. Final race of the day here at Brands Hatch. There's the 173 car of Lavery, now in close proximity to Millward in the 80 car. Lavery in 173 he's racing with this year, the 37-year-old oil broker from Ampthill in his 2nd season of racing. Part of the FSR team with Anthony Seddon racing. Down through Graham Hill Bend they go once again. A new fastest lap for Highcock, 57.133. So I think the best lap times from the earlier race. Highcock to 57.093, so there's only 400ths outside that as things stand, with power to add. Good to see, by the way, that Tom Law is still out there in the treble 7 car. He was the driver that went off in race 1.
Yeah, on the opening lap, so he's got some mileage for his money.
Exactly. So he'll be pleased about that, and he's running in 12th position, 8th of the 116s.
Waring's inching back towards fast leader Godden in the 116s, car 71, being caught a couple of tenths a lap by 228. Lavery
trying to get past Millward there on the stream, but he couldn't make it through there. Ethan Hall right with them as well, student in the number 25 car. 19-year-old from Newdigate. He's right with them. Just behind them is Keane, who has made up ground. He made 0.3 of a second on the previous lap to close on Hall for 5th place within the class. So you've really got pretty much 4 cars now for 3rd position within the class.
Yeah, Ethan Hall coming back in the local man from Newdigate, Surrey, famed for its cricket club.
Millward a bit wide there at the bottom of Graham Hill Bend, using a bit more of the green concrete than you might like. George Healer has got into the lead. What's happened to Matt Highcock? He's dropped way down the order. He's dropped off our timing screen. So
he's come back onto it.
No, he's come back onto it. It was a broken transponder then. That was a concerning moment. Meanwhile, for 2nd within that class, Healer has lost the position anyway to Anthony Seddon now. He's done that at the end of the lap. Seddon has gone through in the grey car ahead of the white car. That's a bit of turnaround. And just looking, Jack Godden now coming up towards our commentary position here, just watching out for him. Still about a second, isn't it, back to James Waring. 1.047 that time through. Waring did take a 10th or so out of Godden's lead, but I'm not sure he's catching fast enough at this rate.
And he's 10 laps to make it up at this point, and he's only got time for about 6.
Yeah. Here's that battle for what we thought was the lead, but actually it turns out to be 2nd. Highcock's transponder is working. Seddon and Healer. Seddon, the number 5 car. Driver from Tarpley, very near to Alton Park. And Healer from Winsford, equally not too far away in the other direction. And they're having a real good fight, these two 120s. It's just a shame there's not more of these. A lot of the 116s, and it's a good chance for them to have a second outing with the Enduro race the following day, but good to get 10 or 15 of these coupes to...
Waring's inside a second now, 0.947, and you sense that he's almost quick enough to pick up the toe, particularly if his rival finds traffic.
Highcock's done the best lap of the race now, 56.949. He's gone faster than in the earlier race. Broken the 57-second barrier. And leads by about 2.5 seconds from Seddon and Healer with 4 minutes and change to go. That's the 31 car up on the inside of 47. 31 is one of the reserves, actually. Sam Holman's got into the race. Doing battle there with Connor Anderson. And where is he running? In 27th position. Those two, 27th and 28th respectively. The car a bit further back, the 325 car, I think that is, got something dragging on the back of it. That's the Callum Davis car for the purpose of this race. Or actually, no, that might be that is the 555 car of Highcock that was coming through. I beg your pardon. As Waring now alongside Gordon for the lead of the 116s. He's got his nose in front on the exit of the corner. I think he's going to get this moved. No, he's not going to get it done. Jack Gordon holds on, but Waring has now caught Gordon, was alongside Gordon, got his nose in front of Gordon, but is behind him once again as they head down the Cooper Straight. But Waring, looking like a double, might still be on here in the 116 division. Gordon will be hoping that he can keep him behind for, I think it's going to be three more laps at least in this race. Yeah, the car with the flapping something, I think, was Highcock actually. Let's see if we can get a look at him in a moment. See what that was, but we'll stick with these 116 leaders for the second. Up the hill towards Druids they come. You can see Lavery in the background there. He's ahead of Millward now, and Ethan Hall is trying to fend off Peter Keane. Then it's Will Abrahams and the 777 car, which is Thomas Law, the car that went off in race 1. And then Ben Wilshire, I think, in 666. Pretty close then amongst all the 116s.
Ben Wilshire, son of Midas Wilshire, Rob Wilshire, who was an ex-Paul Stewart Racing truckie. A big wig in the karting world.
Shuffle going on as Matt Highcock comes through. That's traffic. Well, I can't see anything dragging now from the 555 car, so if there was anything dragging, it may have been my eyes deceiving me, then it's fallen off. Whether it's a bit of someone else's bodywork, his own bodywork, a bit of debris or what, I don't know, but I'm sure I saw something dragging and vibrating along the ground.
So Waring's been ahead briefly a couple of times, got over the timing line on one lap, but at the moment the time is ticking down, 14 laps down, and Highcock from Seddon, from Healer up front. The gap between Seddon and Healer is less than half a second, 0.46 to be precise. John Turner in the 88, the NASCAR lookalike, is a distant fourth, last of the 120. So he comes, gorgeous livery on that car, so very strong.
As Lavery looking to get up the inside for third place within the 116s of Theo Millward as they head through Clark Curve. He's alongside now, and it looks like Lavery might be able to make that work. Building his momentum. All important, these not particularly powerful 116s as they head.
Ethan Hall had a nibble at the inside.
He's going to make it
Keane's
as well.
Trying to get through, bought his way through on the inside as well.
And here for the lead within that class, they're side by side. Off into the gravel in the background went Millward, I think. Just looking to see Jack Gordon. He's still holding on to the lead as they come down from Waring. It's going to be the final lap of the race. Well, no, possibly they're going to want to do one more, I think, actually, because it's going to be the last lap of the race for Matt Highcock, I think. Just trying to see where he is on the circuit now. but it's still nose to tail between these two. 71 Godden and 228 Waring. Can Godden hold on? Meanwhile, Highcock he's going to take the checker flag next time through, wherever he may be. He's going to be half a lap, so it's going to be the last lap now for the 116 battlers, and Waring tries to throw one up the inside at Paddock Hill Bend. He can't make that work though. Another chance for him at Druids, also trying to keep an eye on where Matt Highcock is. So he's not going to be far away from the check flag, which has gone out now. In fact, he has taken the win. Matt Highcock wins then. His first win in the 120 Coupe Cup from Seddon and Healer. Meanwhile, in the 116s, it's still Jack Godden clinging on, Marcus.
Yeah, it is. And, of course, he left it to the very, very final second to snatch victory in the first race. But surely Godden's going to be wise to that one. He'll try again. Remember, in the previous race, we had one right over in the pit lane, but swooping up around the outside was Waring, and he's going to try it again. And he's got very, very close. And he's popped out of the slipstream, but
not quite done it.
It's not going to work, is it?
0.235 seconds the gap as they take the check flag. Jack Godden then gets the win. So we've got different winners in both divisions this time. Matt Highcock winning the 120s, Jack Godden the 116s, but only by less than a quarter of a second from Waring. Then Lavery, Hall, Keane, Millward, Abraham, Wilshire, Law and Antonio Souza completing the top 10.
Yeah, Millward undid himself really by tripping out over the curbs at Paddock Hill Bend, a couple of laps from home.
Yeah, it could have been a stronger finish than 6th place for him. So I think that's all of the cars back in. Very quick look at the results there. Matt Highcock it is that took the win, treble 5, 16 laps completed in the 120s, 1.19 seconds ahead of number 5 Anthony Seddon, then George Healer and John Turner 3rd and 4th. Then the best of the 116s, which is Jack Godden in 5th in the 71 car, James Waring 228 in 6th, Dan Lavery 173 in 7th, Ethan Hall was 8th, Peter Keane 9th, Theo Morwood 10th and 6th of those 116s. There's Will Abraham, Ben Wilshire, Tom Law and Antonio Souza. We'll let the rest of the results scroll through briefly. Marcus, some quick final thoughts on today's racing?
Well, it's been fantastic, isn't it? That the 116 finish in the first race was absolutely extraordinary, and we've seen 2 or 3 really exceptional races, as so often made on this Brands Hatch Indy circuit. But a full programme tomorrow, kicking off at 10 o'clock with qualifying, 3 qualifying sessions, and then it's racing all day long.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be underway the racing at 11:15. Join us on the live stream if you can, just before then. But we've got 2 more categories coming to play tomorrow as well. The MR2s and the Sports Specials and the 116s are back, but in their 90-minute endurance racing format. So do join us tomorrow here at Brands Hatch. I think we're probably just about ready to head downstairs. So from Marcus and myself in the commentary box, we'll say goodbye, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of Josh Barrett.
So we're down here after the final race of the day at Brands Hatch, and the 120 Coupe Cup winner was Matt Highcock. Well done, Matt. Gets redemption for this morning.
Yeah, we had some brake issues this morning. That was why the spin happened. So ABS has been cutting in and out on it, but it's a new car for me, so getting to grips with it now, I think. But yeah, brilliant car.
Tell us how, because obviously you drove one in the 116s last year. Tell us the differences and how it's different to drive.
It's a lot quicker, a lot more grip, but you've got to be, cheers mate, you got to be quite gentle with them. You can't, that's why I was struggling, to be honest, with because they're a newer car, you can't manhandle them as much as the 116. I don't like it, so I've had to adjust my driving style a bit, yeah.
You out in the 116 tomorrow?
No, I'm not, no. I wish I was, but no. Yeah, but yeah, happy days.
Well done. As Anthony's here, we have a quick...
Was you struggling at the end?
A quick word. Anthony,
No, he just eased up.
second place this time.
Yeah, I completely messed the start up, fell asleep. The light went across the red light as if it was going out, and I jumped and then stopped the car, waited, and made a complete hash of it. So I'm pleased with second place. I still got past George.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Beat your team, mate. Isn't it, George?
Well done on second. Let's go and have a word with the 116 guys, because we should have at least a few of them. So we have down to our winner, Jack Gordon. Well done, Jack. And look, the start was pretty mega there for you. Then it was all going well halfway through.
I've had terrible starts for as long as I can remember, so that one was all right. I quite like that one. It was a good time to get it right. And then I decided I was having it a little too easy and thought I'd go off the road and let him catch up a little.
Quite difficult for a couple of laps then to keep him behind.
Yeah, just fancied a bit of fun.
The first race, that was super close, wasn't it, between the three of you?
That's the thing, when he was catching me towards the end, I knew I had to keep it all the way into the end, because I thought I'd have race one in the bag until about a metre before the line. So I knew I had to keep it on it the whole, right up until the line.
Everything's going better than this time last year.
We weren't here this time last year, so it's definitely going a bit better.
You in for the full year?
Yes, we'll be here for the whole year. Matt, wherever he's gone, has done an amazing job with his car over the winter, getting it rebuilt and back better than it's ever been. So this one's down to him.
Well done. So there's Jack Gordon, our 116 winner. James is over on this side. James Waring, who came second in the 116s. So we'll let him take his helmet off, and then we'll have a word with James. So it looks like we've at least got our top two from the 116 Sprint Championship for the second round. James, second this time. When Jack went off, I guess you thought we might get another one then.
Yeah, well, started the race, I dropped back again. It was just, I just had another wheel spin, and then I was just trying to catch him. The gap was closing slowly, and then when I saw he went off, I was like, oh, I could have a move here. And then the battle at the end was brilliant. So well done to Jack for winning the race. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It's been very enjoyable today. So I'm glad with both my results, no matter what.
And now we've got sort of 12 months facing in the championship. I guess you feel big improvement from this time last year.
Oh yeah, massively. I mean, one of the biggest improvements has been my new team, Matthew Aycock. He's done so much to the car, and it just feels so much better this year. It's just been amazing. So yeah.
I think Jack said he's had the same treatment to his car as well. Yeah. So I guess you know the cars are very equal.
Yeah, Matt knows the cars very well, and he's very good at setting them up. So big thanks to him as well.
And off to the next round. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, well, I've never been to Thruxton before, so it should be interesting, but we're hoping to get a test day in before then, so just to see what it's like around there.
Fast.
So, yeah, I've been told it's the fastest one in the UK, so...
Yeah, imagine it'll be pretty flat out all the way around in these, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be very fun, very good one to look forward to.
Absolutely, well done on second, and we are going to get Dan, who came third. Well done, Dan. Is it your first podium?
First podium, yeah, indeed, correct.
And a real battle to get there.
Yeah, well, obviously had Waring behind me, who's rapid, so yeah, he went past and just holding on really. So it's great. It was a great battle, some really good driving. Yeah, super chuffed.
I think there were sort of 3 or 4 of you in that battle right to the end that you were, because I think Theo got ahead of you, didn't he? And then you're going back.
Yeah, it was great, and I must say, like, shout out to Anthony and the team. I've moved over this year, and they've done an amazing job with the car. So a lot of credit goes to those boys. But yeah, super pleased.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
So well done to our top drivers from the 116s and the 120s as well.